Young and Restless spoilers preview, Uncharted Waters, Unexpected Allies, and the Rise of New Empires, January 26th-30. Genoa City is never quiet, but the week of January 26th-30 promises a seismic shift in the landscape. Forget your typical love triangles and boardroom coups. This week, The Young and the Restless dives headfirst into a sea of radical creativity, where survival hinges on reinvention and old rules are tossed out the penthouse window. Get ready for a narrative whirlwind that proves in this town, the most dangerous weapon isn't a secret. It's a new idea. Act I. The canvas of crisis, art as battleground. The epicenter of this creative quake is none other than the reborn Newman Media. This week, Adam Newman, the perpetual phoenix, unveils his most audacious project yet, the unvarnished canvas. Far from a corporate news division, Adam is launching a hybrid digital platform, part investigative journalism, part immersive documentary studio, part public art project. His first target? The environmental and human fallout from Chancellor Winter's new sustainable packaging plant, a pet project of Lily's. But Adam isn't playing muckraker in a suit. Spoilers reveal he hires a controversial, avant-garde artist, Sage Thorne, a captivating new face in Genoa City, to create a massive, living installation on a disputed parcel of land near the plant. Using soil samples, recycled materials from the site, and recorded testimonials from concerned residents, the piece is designed to make the invisible impact visible. For Victor, this is a scandalous misuse of corporate resources. For Sally, it's a stroke of terrifying, brilliant genius. And for Billy, lurking at the Chronicle, it's a declaration of war fought not with headlines, but with conceptual art. This storyline asks, in an age of media saturation, is a powerful sculpture or a viral documentary more potent than a front-page exposé? Act 2. Culinary alchemy and family code. Across town, another form of creativity simmers. Molecular gastronomy meets maternal desperation. As the custody battle for baby Dominic intensifies, Mariah and Tessa face their darkest hour. Financial strain and legal pressures are cracking their united front. In a stunning move, Tessa will take a radical leap with the bistro's menu, partnering with a food scientist, a guest appearance that will delight and confuse Genoa City's steak and potatoes crowd. She devises an experimental, narrative-driven tasting menu. Each course is tied to a lullaby from her upcoming album, creating a multi-sensory story of love, family, and resilience. This isn't just a career pivot. It's a strategic play. She invites the notoriously hard-nosed family court mediator to experience it, not to bribe, but to demonstrate the innovative, nourishing environment she and Mariah can provide. It's a high-stakes gamble where emulsion and emotion collide. Meanwhile, Mariah channels her anxiety into a fiercely creative legal strategy, drafting a social media campaign that humanizes their journey, leveraging their community support in a way no traditional lawyer would conceive. Their fight transforms from a defensive struggle into a masterclass in modern, narrative-based advocacy. Act 3. The harmony of rivals and synthetic sparks. In the most unexpected alliance of the decade, Nate Hastings finds himself in a clandestine sound studio with none other than Audra Charles. United by their shared status as brilliant outsiders who've burned bridges at Newman and Chancellor Winters, they aren't plotting a takeover. They're producing a podcast. Tentatively titled The Calculated Risk, the show dissects the hidden psychology of power plays in corporate America, using anonymized but thinly veiled case studies from Genoa City. Nate's medical precision and Audra's razor-sharp corporate insight create a mesmerizing, dangerous chemistry. Their intellectual synergy could birth a new media empire or detonate in spectacular betrayal. This week, as they record their explosive pilot, they must decide, is their creative partnership the real deal, or just another calculated move? Simultaneously, in the hallowed halls of Newman Enterprises, Nick and Sharon's adventure capital firm makes its first shocking investment, a biotech startup specializing in synthetic biology for sustainable fashion, led by the enigmatic daughter of a forgotten Genoa City foe. Victoria is appalled, viewing it as frivolous. But Nick argues true innovation happens at the fringes. This investment will pull Chelsea Lawson back into the business arena, forcing her to reconcile her artistic design sense with cutting-edge science and setting her on a collision course with Adam's very different artistic mission. Act IV, Legacy Reforged in Fire. Amidst this frenzy of new ideas, the old guard is forced to adapt or perish. Victor Newman, witnessing Adam's artistic venture and Nick's tech gamble, faces a profound existential crisis. In a powerful scene with Nikki, he won't rage about disobedience. Instead, he'll ponder if his empire, built on steel and will, is becoming a relic. Could the Newman legacy be better served by a foundation funding the arts or a venture fund? Victor's creative challenge is the most personal, reimagining his own life's work. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott finds an unlikely muse in Kyle. Stung by Diane's manipulations and the corporate stalemate at Jabbo, the two men escape the office for a series of ideation walks. Their goal: to develop a consumer product line that is authentically Abbott, not a reaction to Newman. Inspired by Dina's journals, they sketch concepts for a line of heritage-inspired, story-driven spirits and fragrances. It's a return to the Abbott roots of tangible creation, a handshake across generations forged not in boardroom strategy, but in creative brainstorm. What to expect? The verdict. This week on Y&R, creativity is the new currency, the new weapon, and the new salvation. It's not about hobbies, it's about survival. We'll see. Victor's ironic endorsement. In a cliffhanger, Victor may not crush Adam's project, but instead issue a challenge that places him at its center, blurring the lines between patron and subject. A shocking collaboration. Sage Thorne's installation will directly incorporate a damning piece of evidence provided by a mysterious tipster, leading all parties to suspect Daniel Romolodi, who is wrestling with his own digital art ethics. The first taste of victory. Tessa's culinary gamble will move the mediator to tears, shifting the custody battle's momentum in a way 1,000 legal briefs could not. The podcast leaks. A snippet of Nate and Audra's podcast will mysteriously hit the internet, sending shockwaves through Genoa City and putting a target on their backs. Genoa City is being rewired. This week, the Restless find their rhythm not in chaos, but in creation. The artists become strategists, the CEOs become patrons, and the parents become storytellers. In the fight for the future, the winners will be those bold enough to imagine a world that doesn't yet exist. Tune in. The Renaissance begins now.